Everything has changed. If you haven't been paying attention to the 450cc motocross class, in the last few years, you might not recognize any of these motorcycles. Over a 3-year period, Honda, Husqvarna, Kawasaki, KTM, Suzuki, and Yamaha have all taken turns redesigning their flagship motocrosser, going far deeper than the usual cosmetic and fluff. No manufacturer has something better waiting to be released. So welcome to Dirtbike Magazine's 2019 450cc motocross shootout. We gathered all 6 contestants and took them to 4 different tracks, starting with Porterville MX and moving to Milestone, Glen Helen, and then Kahia Creek. In the process, we learned about the differences, the improvements, and the pecking order for the 2019 motocross models. The 2019 CRF 450R got a significant number of changes. The frame and swing arm have been redesigned, plus the engine cases are new and have lost the Kickstarter components altogether. The bike also got launch control and a long list of detailed changes. It keeps the general layout that was introduced in 2017 with the intake that goes over the top of the shock, a coil spring fork, and a single overhead cam motor with both rocker arms and finger followers. Bottom line, the Honda has riders who absolutely love it for its aggressive nature. But even they admit there's room for improvement. If you're fast and tough, it's hard to do much better. The 2019 Husqvarna FC 450 has a huge amount of changes compared to the 2018 standard model. The frame is all new, and the motor, with a new head, makes tons of power, smoother than ever. Husky also gave the bike new bodywork that's narrow across the front. Under it all, the bike is still very similar to the KTM 450 SXF, which rolls out of the same factory. The biggest difference between the two machines are the bodywork, the subframe and airbox, the Magura clutch master cylinder, the Pro taper bars, and the DID Dirt Star rims. Bottom line, the Husky FC 450 is an amazing feat of engineering without any substantial faults. It's light, fast, and has high quality parts everywhere. The bonus is that it's as good for a beginner as it is for a pro. New bikes come and go all the time. The 2019 Kawasaki KX450 goes beyond just another redesign. It reflects a different philosophy for a Japanese company. The result is a bike with a bunch of firsts for Kawasaki and for Japan. The KX450 has a new dual overhead cam engine with a valve train that uses finger followers between the cams and the valves, which is a design that has only been seen on 250 MX bikes so far. The clutch has hydraulic actuation with Nissan hydraulic components. The engine is equipped with an electric start and a coil spring Showa fork that has titanium nitrate coating on the lower tubes. Bottom line, Kawasaki has proven that all Japanese bikes don't have to be heavy and that they can compete with the newest technology from Europe. The KX450 is a bike that everyone likes and everyone can ride well. The 2019 KTM 450 SXF is light, fast, and they focused on smoothing the power delivery out for this year. The engine has a new, more compact head, the frame has been redesigned with more rigidity, and the bodywork is new. If that sounds familiar, it's because it has similar changes to the 2019 Husky FC 450. Bottom line, KTM has pushed the bar higher and higher in motocross over the last 6 years or so. Now that KTM has shown the rest of the world how to do it, the rest of the field has closed up. Still, it's hard to beat a bike that has such a big advantage in weight and power. There are sure a lot of Suzukis out front in pro motocross lately. That's because the RMZ 450 is a proven commodity. It's been long considered the standard in handling at any level. Last year, Suzuki made its biggest changes in years, touting the RMZ 450 to be all new. The bike turned out to be a continuation of the existing model in most ways. It looked different and had a new frame and a coil spring fork, but it behaved much as it had for years. For 2019, it has minor changes like a softer rear shock spring, but it is still the only bike in the 450cc class without an electric start. Bottom line, we know why pro teams love this bike. It's like a blank slate. You can build it into anything you want, and you know the end result can be similar to the bikes that James Stewart, Chad Reed, and Ryan Dungey rode and loved. It's not a pro class winner in stock form, but it is a very solid performer with unlimited potential. Yamaha loves being different. Hence the backward engine design of the YZ450F. Last year, the bike was reconceived and everything was changed except the reverse head concept. The mind blower for the new bike was a power tuning app. This allows you to tune the EFI mapping with a smartphone. The bike also got a new electric start motor, a new frame, and the latest incarnation of the KYB coil spring fork. The 2019 YZ450F arrives with very few changes beyond what came on last year's model. The front wheel is more rigidly mounted, the suspension is stiffer, and the seat foam is more dense. Bottom line, the Yamaha YZ450F is the most high-tech bike in the group. It's also the most offbeat and sparks the most disagreements. In suspension and motor manners, the Yamaha is at the top of the pecking order. This year, there's no unanimous winner. The rising tide of the 450cc class has brought all 6 bikes to the highest level ever. No 2 dirt bike test riders ranked the bikes the same way. In fact, 5 different bikes got at least 1 vote apiece for the overall winning position. In the end, bringing order to the chaos wasn't so hard. Even though the riders ranked the bikes differently, they all said almost the same thing. They just had difference in priorities based on skill level and type of riding. So the winner of the 2019 Dirtbike Magazine 450cc motocross shootout is the Kawasaki KX 450. This isn't as big as an upset as it seems. The Kawasaki has always been a secret favorite, even in years when other bikes have taken the top spot. It was simply disqualified time after time by spotty failures. Its insanely complicated air fork, its lack of electric start, and its weak brakes. All those things were corrected, and then Kawasaki just kept going. The hydraulic clutch was icing on the cake. For the complete test on the 2019 450cc shootout and what we thought about each individual model, check out the November issue of Dirtbike Magazine. And don't forget to head over to dirtbikemagazine.com for the latest off-road industry news. Hey, did you know that each 2019 450 model has their own video? Check these out.